want to kind of ask this. Obviously, there's backlash potential for any kind of stance that a player might take, but why is it important for organizations, and whether it's a brand or a team or an agency, to give and support not only their athlete clients, but their employees, the platform to address equity within their industry, within their firm? Why do you guys, have you stumbled across that changing over the years? Do you see that? And why is that important? Because I see you talking about, the organizations having questions and maybe have their own priorities. How do you rectify what your employees and what your athletes want to do versus what you're trying to do as an organization, I guess, is an easier way to ask that question.
Sure. Yeah, that's another really good question. And, I think a lot of it just comes down to support. So when the Players Coalition, had those early conversations with the NFL, it wasn't necessarily, hey, we need you to fund these efforts. That wasn't the focus. It was, we need you to listen to us and understand that these issues are important to us. We don't stop being who we are when we go home after a football game,
right,
or a baseball game, or whatever that looks like. And so when you're talking about so many of your constituencies being impacted by these issues, it's important to listen. And when you look at support, a team doesn't necessarily need to agree with an issue. We've done a lot around ending juvenile life without parole. And we've had a lot of players from the area come together and support that legislation. But the team was hesitant to do so. And that was okay, but because we were still there to fight that fight. But I think things like sending out a press release saying, hey, our players are involved with this. That doesn't necessarily need to say that, we back, this piece of legislation. It means that you support your athlete, your player going out there and focusing on these issues that's so important to them. Even just simple things like social media. We're proud of, Danielle for doing this, in her community. And I still don't think that's always understood. But it's such an easy thing to do. And it would go such a long way with some of these players, and things have changed a little bit, but the early days, it was like, I can't even go, my team will say no, and that's difficult to hear, but then we were here as that resource for them.